I do the
So right after I get my iPad, turns out I have to go all the way down to Cameron, Texas for a family gathering, and that means a 3-hour road trip. So perfect opportunity to use an iPad, right? If you have an iPad, basically to enjoy it 100%, you got to be connected to a good internet connection. That's impossible when you're in a car with a Wi-Fi enabled iPad, unless of course you have iPhone that's been jailbroken. Right here on iPhone, there's a little app called MyWi. You see it right there. And the MyWi app basically enables you to turn on a Wi-Fi network based off your 3G reception and then broadcast it out of the phone. Like, I posted a picture of it and they're like, I don't want that. It doesn't have flash. It doesn't have USB ports. It doesn't do this. It doesn't do that. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want that. What is that? Just a giant iPhone, right? That's not the case, friends. That's not the case. Let me show you the iPad and why I think it's so great. Okay, let's take a look here. So first of all, it's not a laptop, and it's not going to replace a laptop, and it's not going to replace a computer either. Okay, so I have my computer here. By the way, 27-inch iMac, and this little keyboard, wireless Bluetooth, which can actually work with this if you want it to. So you have to get a case for these things. It's actually extremely thin, but I picked up this nice incase. Kind of looks like a Bible when you're carrying it around, and it has this neat Velcro strap that keeps it nice and tight. Open it like a book. Comes up just like an iPhone, and you slide. You notice right here this case I got, it's got these notches in it, and so you can fold it over itself and then put it into like this little TV looking like landscape mode where you can just set it down. In this mode it can be a portrait, it could be like a digital picture frame, it could be a TV set. This is really good. But this is one of my favorite apps I'm going to show you. It's called The Elements, and this is a book. Okay, now I'm 26 years old and I know about the elements, but I mean I'm not particularly interested in them. Like you, it's probably been a while since you looked over a periodic table of elements, because let's be frank, you know, who really cares? However, when you have it like this, put out in a way like this where you can touch and everything comes up and you can see crystal clear. This is titanium. All the information you could ever want to know about titanium. You press the next button. Here's all these examples of titanium. Each one you can touch with your finger and move. You can move them at the same time. All these different ones. You want to look at them in depth? Just double click on it. Then you can spend personal time with it. You have 3D glasses. You can press this button. You have a stereoscopic image, and then you can view it rotating in 3D. And yeah, it actually works. Okay, now this is just one example. They just launched this thing 3 days ago, and they already have apps as advanced as this. Now this is a book. This is actually a printed book. It already came out years ago. They redid it for the iPad. So can't you imagine, friends, if books were like this, with the information you normally read in a book, but accessible in a different way, where you can touch and you can see info, and you can get calculations and detailed data that you might need for papers or research. That would be cool. Next up, Marvel app. This is totally sweet. Okay, again, 26 years old. Not really into comic books, sorry. I know I have a Spider-Man t-shirt, but I mean, I don't read physical comic books. However, when they put it in a format like this, where you can read the comic books on this gigantic screen, all of a sudden, well, reading comics is a lot more convenient. This is what I'm talking about. Let's see USA Today. This is awesome too. So this is the news. You just press this, and sure enough, comes right up everything you want to know about the news. I like the Bible. So, church. Preacher always is referencing things, okay? He's always referencing different books. Like, oh man, there's like 3,000 pages in the Bible. What am I going to do? Okay, you just tap this. You have all your books of the Bible. You touch one. Then you touch a book. And bam. You're right there in your chapter. You can read the Bible super, super quick. Just like that. YouTube. Oh my gosh. YouTube looks amazing. YouTube is super fast. It's all HD. You touch one, let's say that you're watching it. It starts initially playing like this in portrait. But then when you turn it sideways, it goes like that. Now, you guys can imagine that if you were watching a video, that obviously it would be a lot more enjoyable to watch on this screen than on an iPhone screen. In fact, people say, I already have an iPhone and I already have a laptop, but why do I need an iPad? Well, okay, you already have a 10-inch TV, why do you need a 40-inch TV? You already have a Toyota Camry, why do you need a Ferrari? You get it? Of course you have things that can do what this can do. I understand that. But this does them so much more elegantly and so much more easily and sleeker. You can pull the iPad into bed and it's not awkward. It's not a huge computer laptop in your face. It's not a giant keyboard, which, by the way, you can use. If you want a keyboard, you can use a keyboard with this. If you want to print documents with this, you can print with this. I mean, 75%, 80% of what you would normally use a laptop for, web browsing, email, photo viewing, Facebook. Facebook is great, by the way. But you can do all that here. And it looks great. This is not a Facebook app. This is the full website. Facebook. You zoom in, everything just like you normally would. It's great. Looking at photos. This is great. Check this out. There's a stack here. You can zoom in. Whoa. Okay. So you want to look at a photo. Blake Cullum took this cool photo of this Veyron this weekend at Cars and Coffee in Dallas. Makes it very, very easy and interesting to look at photos. And I'm sorry guys, even if you have an iPhone, it's still a small screen. And bigger screen is easier to look at photos. You pass this around at a family gathering. Everyone can look at photo albums a lot easier than looking at an iPhone. Certainly a lot easier and less awkward than looking at a laptop. You look at a laptop, I mean, you don't pass a laptop around. It's just weird. This is a tablet. And it's thin. Really thin. You guys can see how thin it actually is right there. So I have it in all this leather padding. So, okay, do I think this is going to kill laptops or something? I don't know. I don't care. You know, do I think it's for you? I don't know. I don't know your situation. It's not my place to tell you, oh, you got to go get an iPad. I'll say it's very, very cool. I'm a guy who has a PC. I have a Mac. I have an iPhone. But I still think this is great and relevant in my life. If all I ever did with this iPad was use it to read the news every morning, share photos with friends, and, you know, watch YouTube in bed when I didn't want to be at a computer or whatever, it would be well worth the price. Well worth the price. I mean, you can use it as a digital photo frame whenever it's docked up. That's $150 you just saved. You could do everything an iPod Touch can do. That's $300 you just saved. It's a portable television set. That's $200 you just saved. It replaces your entire bookshelf. I mean, who knows? It just goes on and on and on and on and on. It's very, very, very neat. Very cool. It's only its first iteration. It will only get better. And I got to say personally, I love it. So if it's for you or not, I don't know. Get hands-on with one. Play with it. But that's my review of the iPad. Long-winded review. And thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.